Are you single or are you actively dating? I knew this question was coming. If I could be completely honest, I am dating right now. I'm dating somebody who is the most beautiful, amazing person there is. And that person would be
Simply Shine, Simply Michelle. You're watching her on YouTube, and you know she got a vibe for me, she got a vibe for you.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Michelle. If you clicked on this video, why not subscribe? I promise you it's a vibe. If you rock with me, I rock with you, which means we locked in for life, and that's on period. Welcome back to my channel, guys. As you guys can tell, today I'm going to be doing a life update with you guys. Just do a little sit down and have a little chit chat with you guys. It's been a minute. I really enjoy doing these type of videos because it allows me to open up to you guys and fill you in, especially to those of you who are new to my channel. Speaking of that, if this is your first time checking my channel out, please stay for a while, hit that subscribe button, and also give this video a thumbs up because it really helps me out. So basically, just fill you guys in on, how I've been doing mentally, my dating, how am I feeling after my surgery, am I still moving, and so on and so forth. You guys actually sent me some really good questions as well, so I'm gonna answer those. Here I have a little snack. I got my acai bowl. It's so freaking good, guys. Health is wealth, and I've been really loving this health kick that I've actually been on. This is really good because it's an acai bowl, so of course it has acai at the bottom, blueberries, strawberries, granola, honey, and bananas. This hits every single time, so I'm just gonna take a few bites of this, grab a little snack, and join your girl. It's so refreshing. It's nothing like eating good food, good tasting food at that. Shout out to the mukbangers because eating and talking is definitely a talent. Okay, I have some I wrote down and I have some on my phone. First question is, how are you feeling mentally? Well, honestly, right now, I feel like I can actually breathe. If you would have asked me this a few months ago, even last year, I don't think I would have given you the same response, but I just feel so light and I just feel like things are working out in my favor now, and I don't feel so overwhelmed with life and stress that was actually consuming me, really affecting my mental health. When things are not going right for you financially, physically, in your relationship, school, work, there's tons of pressure on us every single day, and that sometimes can just make our brains just go crazy. It puts you in a dark place, but right now I feel amazing. I feel blessed. My anxiety has been at bay for a long time. I don't want to jinx myself, but that was such a struggle for me over the last couple of years, dealing with anxiety and panic attacks and just being afraid to do certain things and just feeling like I was stuck. But God is awesome and your girl I'm better. Next question, how do you feel after your surgery and do you regret it? So if you guys do not know, I recently had a total hysterectomy back in March 21st to be exact. And you guys want to know a little bit more in detail as to why I had to get the surgery, I'll be sure to link it in the description so you can check it out. Let me just tell you, I've never felt better. I literally would be in pain, like debilitating pain. It seemed like every other week I was in pain. I feel so relieved that I no longer have to deal with that pain that I was feeling. Definitely affecting my mental health as well, because you're constantly feeling chronic pain. It's hard for you to function, you know what I mean? And it just stopped me from doing a lot of things. To answer your question, I feel amazing. One, your girl don't have to buy any more sanitary napkins, which is such a good feeling. Two, I don't have to worry about all the mess that comes with it. And the pain has literally diminished. My appetite has increased. I don't know, I just feel so much better. Do I regret my surgery? Absolutely not. That was one of the best decisions that I could have ever made in my life. The only thing I regret is not getting it done sooner. Are you still actively searching for property out of state, or have you reconsidered staying in New York? I'm just gonna say one word: inflation. Inflation is real, okay? But right now, being that the property value of everything has just gone up, even food, if you know, you know. I don't feel like right now would be the best time for me to go, you know what I mean? Because it's just insane. Literally, finding someplace that's affordable right now is just, I'm gonna need like 3 jobs. I'm not where I want to be right now financially, although I am in a comfortable space, but I want to make sure that what I'm paying for is worth it, and I'm trying to wait for them prices to go down. That is one major goal that I'm setting for myself this year, a place that you can call your own. And I just feel like God does things for a reason. I was frustrated, I was angry because everything else was working good in my favor, but the one thing that I'm asking God for seems to be such a struggle. But I just look at it as God is telling me to stay still. He's preparing me for what's yet to come. When the time is right, I'm going to have that beautiful place. I kind of took a seat back with the searching, only because I started to get overwhelmed with the pricing, and everywhere I looked, you know, it was beautiful, but it was too high. And it was affordable, but it was in a bad neighborhood. So, you know, you have to make sure that where you're going is going to be a nice, safe area, especially when you're bringing children and you can afford everything that comes with it. Are you spiritual or religious? I feel like that's a good question. I feel like I'm a little bit of both. I'm very religious. From a young child, I've always been in the church. My great-great-great-grandfather was a pastor. That's something that was introduced to me as a small child, having some sense of belief in a higher power, and God is good. And God has brought me through many hardships, so that is something that I will forever believe in and instill in my kids. As for being spiritual, I feel like I'm spiritual as well, because that's more on a personal level. That's more with, you know, getting in tune with myself, my soul, meditating, showing gratitude, you know, practicing mindful breathing. So I feel like I'm a little bit of both. Are you single or are you actively dating? I knew this question was coming. If I could be completely honest, I am dating right now. I'm dating somebody who is the most beautiful, amazing person there is. That person would be me. I'm learning certain things about myself. I'm taking care of myself, learning how to spend time with myself, being okay being alone, if that makes sense. Sometimes you have to just be by yourself to grow, appreciate, and, you know, alter and change certain things about yourself that you don't like, and heal. You know what I mean? Because if you're not fully healed and you just jump into a relationship after getting out of something, then you're going to bring all of that baggage into the next relationship. That's not going to end up well. So right now I'm dating myself and it feels really good. I'm still learning how to pamper myself. I'm still learning how to be okay with being by myself. And, you know, I'm a work in progress. Do you want to reconcile with your ex-husband? So Eddie is the father of my children. Eddie and I have a bond that is unbreakable. If you know, you know. He's always going to be in my life. He's always going to play a big part in my life. Like I said, sometimes you just need that time apart to get yourself together, to do things differently. Do I want to reconcile with him? Always going to love him. He's a great person. He's a great father, and he's a phenomenal friend. But I'd rather have him as a friend, you know, and we share nothing but laughter and memories, than to try to rush into something that broke us and hurt us. I don't know what the future holds. I'm just going with the flow. We're always around each other. We love being around each other. We're best friends. And of course, we are parenting. So he's always going to be in my life, whether we're together in a relationship or we just co-parent. Do you ever fast? I thought about doing it, being that I am very religious and I understand the meaning behind fasting, but I don't think in my body, personally, I don't think I have the mindset to fast, only because if I don't eat, I literally get hangry. I feel like I'm gonna pass out and my sugar will drop, literally. I have a little bit of hypoglycemia issues if I wait too long to eat. I would love to do it because of the meaning, but the way my body's set up, I'm gonna need to eat some type of protein, some type of snacks, something throughout the day to feed my soul. But that's definitely something I thought of, and I applaud anybody that does it because it's beautiful to do it. Your girl hasn't got there yet. You learn to edit your videos. Any craft that you want to master takes a lot of practice. Practice makes perfect. Definitely have to be consistent. Do your research and have a lot of patience. If you go back and look at my older videos, like when I first started YouTube, my editing was a whole hot mess. I knew nothing of what to do, but again, it's all about doing it, you know, actually doing it and trying to play with the program. First editing program that I started using was iMovie. If you have a Mac computer, iMovie is already on it. That's one of the easiest programs to edit, and it's super simple. I have a more newer, upgraded program that I use now, which I'm still learning, but definitely take your time, read, and just play with it. After a while, it just becomes like second nature to you. I love your hair so much. I appreciate it. I love when you guys show me love. I appreciate you so much for saying that. For your future, what do you want that you don't currently have right now? Honestly, all I want is peace. Don't get me wrong, I feel like I'm at a peaceful place right now, but truly, genuinely, I crave peace. The way I think, I want to think differently. I want to learn how to take things with a grain of salt and not let certain things get me so worked up. I also want to have a deeper relationship with God. You know what I mean? I want to be able to walk Christ life, live Christ like. We're imperfect people. I'm far from perfect, and I don't want to be perfect, but I want to walk the walk the way that God would want me to walk. I want to speak the way that God would want me to speak. I want to just everything about me. I want to live Christ like. I feel like I'm getting there, and as I get older and wiser, I'm gonna get there. If you could do anything in life and not have to worry about money, what would it be? What are your passions? And where's the place you'd like to travel? Definitely want to help others. I love helping people. Want to open up some type of shelter for like battered women, just children who have had a hard life, and just have an open facility where people can come and receive love, treatment, clothes, help people get back on their feet, whatever it is, because so many people nowadays just need a little bit of help. And getting help nowadays from people is really hard because a lot of people frown upon those who are struggling. So many different programs and opportunities out here, but they don't tell you that. I would want to open up a facility to those trying to do better and make it a safe place. You can come, you can relax, you need something to eat, you're looking for a job, or you just need some place to sleep for the night or for a few weeks. That's something that I would love to do because everybody's been through some type of trauma or some type of struggle in their life. Just looking for a little bit of help, just a little bit of assistance. So that's one thing that I would love to do. And of course, I would love to travel the world. Although I still have not faced my fears with planes, if given the opportunity and I didn't have to worry about any money, baby, y'all gonna have to give me a sedative because sis is trying to go all around the world. What are your passions? I'm very passionate about helping people. I'm an empath, so I love to give. I feel a lot, very sensitive type of person. So my passions are helping others, seeing others smile, seeing others get relief from me doing something, whether big or small. Also enjoy being outside, love nature, love to be at the beach. Water is my therapy. I love just to listen to the waves. I love to dance. Music is everything to me. Dancing is something I'm very passionate about. I always wanted to become a professional dancer, something that I started before being a mother and just never finished. And of course, I'm very passionate about being a mother. My kids are everything and then some. I'm a mother before anything, and I enjoy every step of being a mother, even on the difficult days where I could just run into a wall, jump out my skin. I am very passionate about my children and instilling all the love and everything that they need. Any tips on self-care for moms working a full-time job? 9 to 5, it's hard finding time to relax being a wife, a mom, and a post-grad student. First things first, let me just say congratulations because school is not easy, especially when you're juggling all of the things that you just said. So congratulations to you because that's a big accomplishment. So be proud of yourself on that. As far as finding time to do any self-care, I had to learn to just do it. A lot of times I would want to do it and I would find myself making excuses as to why I couldn't do it. Guilt tripping myself because I was like, you know what? If I buy myself this, then I'm taking money out of my kids' mouths. But if I'm not the best version of me, then how can I be the best mom to them? I need my sanity. And you can't forget about yourself, although you have these positive things that you're doing for yourself to better yourself and for your children, you have to just take the time out to do it. And if you can take time out to go to work every day, you can take time out to cook dinner for your children, you can find time to go to school, you can take one day out of your week to make an appointment to just get a pedicure, just get your toes done. And the more that you do it, the better you're gonna feel. It just becomes routine for you. Little by little, I just started with my nails and I made it a ritual. Every 2-3 weeks I started doing it. And not only did it make me feel good because my nails were done, but mentally I felt like, you know what? Okay, I'm finding myself again. Just do it. What advice would you give your past self? It's a really good question. I would say be kind to yourself and let go of things that I cannot control. For so many years, I let things that I could not control consume me and make me an angry person. And I was very angry. The way I talked, the way I walked, I was self-destructing. It was me versus me, but in a negative way. So I would definitely be more kind to myself, and if I was more kind to myself, I wouldn't have allowed certain things from people or situations because it wouldn't consume me. I would have just brushed it off. And I feel like I would have saved myself from a lot of heartache, stress, frustration, and a lot of tears. What is your biggest regret? I have to say not loving myself enough. What do you miss about being younger? To say I miss not having high expectations. Again, I'm like my biggest critic. So as an adult, I have so many expectations of what needs to get done, how my life should be, how much money I should be making, and so on and so forth. I just always want better for myself. I don't think there's anything wrong with having high expectations, but I do think that sometimes we are too hard on ourselves. So I miss just being a kid and just being carefree, just playing outside with your friends, not having a care in the world, no responsibilities, you know. Adulting can be very stressful. You know, you have a lot on your plate, you have a lot of bills that you have to pay. You have to make sure that you have money to pay those bills every month on top of extra expenses, things that may come up. It's just a lot being an adult and making enough money to be able to survive. I miss spending time with my grandmother. I've always been very attached to my grandmother. You guys have seen my grandma a few times on here in the vlogs or on my other channel. My grandma and I have a very close bond. I have a lot of memories with my grandma, but those were the times where my life was very happy for me, being with my grandmother, cuddling with her, and wherever you saw my grandma, you saw me. She just was always and is that safe place, calming, and that fresher breath air that I always needed, still need till this day. So those are the two things that I would say that I miss most about being younger. When was the last time you cried? I think I cried a few days ago. I definitely cried a few days ago. I'm a big crier though. I don't always just cry when I'm sad. I cry when I'm happy too. But I think I cried about a week ago. There's pros and cons about when I cry. I cry because I feel so much, and I feel like it's a way for me to release those negative feelings, sad feelings, angry emotions, whatever the case may be. Once I'm done crying, and when I say I cry really hard to the point where I'm like I hyperventilate. I'm very dramatic, and that's just who I am. Blame it on my mama. But I feel like crying is good. You know what I mean? It helps me to release it. Once I get all my tears out, then I feel like of course I'm exhausted, but I feel lighter. You know what I mean? What has been your biggest motivation? I would have to say being broke definitely motivated me, because there were times in my life where I literally was struggling to figure out where I was gonna get this money from, living paycheck to paycheck, and that just killed me. There was times where I just had just enough to make sure that my bills were paid, or not even have enough, and I had to pay the most important bill until next month. That really motivated me to get up off my behind and become self-sufficient and whatever it is that I saw for myself, because I've always had a lot of potential. I've always had drive. You don't need support from anybody. You need drive, potential, consistency. Once I kept seeing my situation, I had to really reevaluate certain things and ask myself, like, is this what you want? Is this how you want to keep living? Is this really conducive to your mental health? So I literally realized, and I was like, you know what? I'm not going to be broke anymore. Like, I'm tired of being broke. I'm going to change my life for myself, to better myself and for my children. Sometimes you just have to go through hell. Like, you got to hit rock bottom for you to wake up. You know what I mean? It's not like I purposely was like this. I felt like I was playing with my potential, you know what I mean? And I had gotten comfortable in a situation where I became dependent on others. That's where I got lost in the sauce, and I wasn't really grinding like I was supposed to. But that definitely made me stronger, wizened me. And listen, broke is not an option for you, girl. And of course, my kids. My kids are my biggest motivation. Everything I do is for my kids. They're always watching me, so they push me to want more, so I can give them more. The more that I have, the more that I can give them. This pretty much wraps up my video. I hope you guys enjoyed my life update. Hope this allows you to get to know me a little bit more if you're new to my channel. And even if you're not, I always like to keep you guys in the loop and just fill you in, because, you know, we're constantly changing. Life is constantly changing. So I just wanted to give you guys a little update. That's pretty much it. If you guys want me to do a part 2, leave me a comment. Make sure you subscribe if you have not subscribed. With that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video.
Simply Shell, Simply Michelle. You're watching her on YouTube.